Hi and welcome to the video. In this video we're going to continue to talk about determiners and particularly talking about articles. So we have two forms of article. The definite article being the or the, and the indefinite article using a or an. So when do we use which one? Well, for the first time we identify something, we always normally would use a or an. So is it a or is it an? There seems to be a general rule that if the word starts with a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, then we would use an elephant, an umbrella. However, we have to be careful because it's not only what the word begins with, but how it sounds. So if it sounds like a vowel, then we use an. For example, an elephant, but it's a unicorn. It's a university. So just be careful. So once we've begun to talk about something, then we know what we're talking about. So we can then go on to use the word the, as in the definite article. So for an example, an elephant escaped from the zoo this afternoon. The elephant was captured later and returned to the zoo. So I'm using a or an to identify it in the first place. I was in an elephant, and then the because we already know what we're talking about. There's some other slight quirks as well. We have to be careful with words such as historic, historical, and horror. So it would be a historical film, a horror movie, not an, even though we could say a horror film. It sounds like a bit like it begins with an O, not a H. So be careful with that. Also, we have to consider how, when we're using the, whether we use a capital T or not. So, for example, many groups today and bands, I'm going back some as well, have the title of the. For example, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or the Smiths, one of my favourite bands. So, when they have a band with the something, we always use a capital T. Sometimes we know who we're talking about, so we don't need to identify it with a or an if it's specific. So, the President of the United States, the Indian Ocean, because there's only one of them. Yes, we can't say an Indian Ocean because there is only one. So we would use the in this instance. There is a phrase, however, that might seem to contradict everything, and that is the poets are the only interpreters of the gods. So I'm using the in this instance to identify the poets and the interpreters. And the gods we know as, we already know the gods, so it is the gods. So the poets are the only interpreters of the gods. Well, here ends the lesson on a or an and the with articles. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Please remember, click like and subscribe, and please pass any comments on below in the comments box. I look forward to reading your comments. If you subscribe, then you will automatically get notifications of the videos that we produce. And if you take a quick look in the library, you'll already see there's lots of videos to help you out on your journey of learning the English language. So please take a look at the other video as well. That's it for now. I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.